Welcome back to IAEE TV, sponsored by TMS and produced by CNTV. I'm Amy Sweezy, and joining me now is Alaina Roberts. Alaina is with Marcus AI. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
So you are a marketing expert. You come from the world of marketing. Let's talk about how you market AI.
Well, I think one of the important things to remember is that people are being bombarded with digital messages at the moment, and events play a really important part and role in helping people connect. So helping those attendees meet with those sponsors and build a relationship and build trust. And for me, the role of AI should be in the background. It's about supporting those sponsors to enable them to do the things that they need to do to get the most from the events and to really make sure they get their ROI, and also for attendees to really help them make the connections that they need to make, to really have the chance to go to the talks that they want to see and get the most from the events. They can go back to their employer and say, look, these are all the wonderful things I've learned, these are all the wonderful things, the people that I've met, and it's about having that in the background and supporting rather than necessarily being at the forefront. A human connection is so important when it comes to events.
And I don't think people really think about that, right? They think, oh, AI, that means all computers, all digital, and no human connection.
And they also think it's going to replace humans, and absolutely, that's certainly from Marcus AI's perspective. We're about supporting the humans to do what they do best and having those connections and having those conversations.
What kind of reaction are you finding as you are marketing this technology to this industry?
I think most people are really excited. I think there's so much potential for AI to really support companies to streamline their processes, save them time, and give them more focus on the creative and personal activities that they do. Well, I was speaking to somebody recently who actually their organization is still very nervous about using AI. The copyright issues, the data protection issues. So I think it's a journey. Everybody needs to go on that journey, and I think you can't ignore it, but you become more confident with it. And I think to some people, AI just needs to prove itself, and it will. It absolutely will. You can't ignore it these days.
And is that the biggest fear you think that most the people you're seeing now? Because I feel like a few years ago, everybody was scared just because it was scared of the unknown.
Yeah.
Now more people are accepting it, especially in this industry. But what's the biggest fear? Is it the data or the security and the privacy issues?
And I think that is part of it, and I think it's really important to understand that when we're building sort of AI products, we set really tight guardrails so to ensure that your data is protected, and it's a very much a collaborative relationship. So we're making sure that it's working for you. We don't want to put your data at risk, and obviously you don't want your data at risk. So that's a very important aspect of what we do.
And if a brand new event organizer came to you that you'd never worked with before and they were looking at your product, what would you tell them?
Yes, so I think the important thing for us is about helping the entire event experience. So it's pre-event, during the event, and post the event. And also it's about supporting the attendees coming to the event. So if they want to meet particular people, we can help them with that matchmaking process, make recommendations for who's the best people for them to meet, make the most of their time while they're here. For the exhibitors, it's really about making sure that they can capture those leads, do that follow-up, but focus on those conversations that are really important, and the AI can do the note-taking in the background and the action list and execute on the action list as well. So it's really, about supporting the entire journey, and for the show organizers, having all of that, the data and the stats available, so you can see, the success of your event and where to improve for future.
And I know everybody's concerned about cost, prices are going up and budgets are not. So what do you say, when it comes to cost? Is it worth it?
Yes, so the idea is that the AI agents are kind of supporting you, doing all that kind of mundane, kind of day-to-day work that you don't want to be focused on. So it's about streamlining your costs and making sure that you can focus your energies on the areas which are most productive for you, and let the technology do all the boring and the hard stuff.
I like that. Let the technology deal with the boring. That's the quote of the day. Is there anything else you would like to add?
I just think it's a really exciting time at the moment, and there's lots of developments in AI constantly happening. So just keep reading, keep on top of what the developments, so you're not left behind. I was listening to Dahlia yesterday, and she was saying, if you don't get ahead, you're going to get behind. And I think that's a really important thing for everybody to remember, that you just need to, even if you're not using it straight away, just keep being aware and keep reading about it and watching videos about it, so that you at least know what's happening, know what your competitors are doing, so you don't get left behind.
Very good. And what are you most excited about as we move into 2026?
Into 2026, I think, well, for Marcus AI, just officially launching our product and just, going around to speaking to more people and making new connections and seeing how we can help show organizers really get the most from their events.
Okay, Alaina Roberts from Marcus AI, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you.
I'm Amy Sweezy for IAEE TV, sponsored by TMS and produced by CNTV.